isn't this cool? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. You know how I love Click Supply Company and I do digital downloads? Well, I am working on this mega Disney book. I can actually give you a quick sneak peek. Quick, just a quick. Okay, hold on. Okay, quick sneak peek. But as I'm working on it, I went to Click Supply Company. I realized that I have hard copies of some of the Disney stuff, but I like digital. I like digital because I'm in Disney mode, okay? I love to print out my own paper. I'm going to get into that in another video, but since I do Click Supply Company, I wanted to take you from beginning to Cricut. Does that make sense? So I want to show you where I download and how I bring all of my ephemera, because I am in ephemera mode, right? I love the print and cut on Disney. So I'm up to the part in my book where I'm still working on pages. It's a 6x6, still working on pages, but I want to add something to every page. And since I purchased the whole bundle of digital Disney papers from Click Supply Company the other day, I'm like, this is what I did. I started with downloading all the images to all of the papers that I own. So this is my hard copy, so I can have a reference. But then I'm looking at it, I'm going, wow, all this ephemera. So let's go to the next part of the video where I show you what I do. Okay, here we are, and on my screen I have it split. Left side obviously is Cricut, and the right side is my digital craft drive. So I have an external drive within my computer that holds all my crafty files. So what I did was I go to my craft drive and I have a folder that is marked digital paper, which is right here. I click on that, and these are all the digital papers that I own. And I now labeled one Disney. So these are all of my digital papers. I actually have to see what I was up to. I was up to Magical Adventure. See, I have them all in an order. So I was up to Magical Adventure, which is this folder right here. And I was working on the ephemera package, which is labeled EP. So I click on that. And these are all the ephemeras to this paper pack. Now, I've already uploaded one, and I do believe I am up to number 2. So we're going to click on number 2. We're going to look at all of the ephemera. I did the alphabet because look at all this alphabet, right? I already uploaded that into Cricut. So now I have to do each and every one of these images. Let's see if I could just move that over. All right. All right. These are all there's actually not that many. So this is actually a perfect one for me to do with you. Now I'm going to just double check myself. So I'm going to come over here to the Cricut and I'm going to hit upload. Now these have been all, and I'm going to hit view all. So I'm in upload, right? I'm going to go to upload and I'm going to view all. Now these are all the images that I have been working on. And the last one should be these, which are the Magical Adventure section 1. So now I'm up to 2. So what I'm going to do is this, and I do it kind of quickly. So I go to upload. So we're going to start from the beginning, upload. So I'm going to come over here and hit upload image. And instead of browsing, I'm going to grab an image, which is my first one, and I am going to admit one. So I just drag and drop. I hit complex, then I hit continue, and I have it, and it's already a file. So I'm going to hit continue, but see, it's not an SVG, it's just an image. So I'm going to save it as a print and cut. And you can add tags to things, but I'm going to show you why I'm not adding tags, and I probably should, but for me, this is the way it works for me right now. So I'm going to hit admit one, and I'm going to hit upload. Then I'm going to do it again, upload image. I'm going to grab an image from my right, drag it over, hit complex, hit continue, and there it is. I'm going to apply, save it as a print and cut, and upload. Upload, grab best day ever, hit complex, and continue. And I'm going to save it. Apply and continue. I'm going to hit so that this box is outlined green, and I'm going to hit upload. So I'm going to fast forward this video. I'm going to continue doing this, and you can see exactly how I do it, and then I will go back to normal. Just uploaded all of this ephemera. So honestly, we don't need this anymore. I'm going to drag it off screen, and I'm going to give us the full Cricut view. So what I do now is I view all. Now I know and I remember that we started with admit one. So I'm going to click on all of the ones that I just uploaded. Just like this. I'm going to click on all of them. I'm going to keep us in real time. I'm going to add that to Canvas. Now it's going to take a few seconds for it to load. Now don't get worried because it does take a little while, but you see some of these images are very big. So I come down here to the left corner and I minimize my images, right? And now I click off them, and now they're all individual. And I just want to look at them all. So for me, this takes a few minutes, but I lose internet service often. So what I'm going to do is, now that they're all on my mat, I'm going to come up here and save it. And I am going to save it as Magical Adventure EP. So I know that it's Ephemera Pack 2. And I have a folder called Disney. And now I'm going to save it. So now, once it's saved, all the ephemera to that is now on this mat. I never have to upload it again. All I have to do is come here and look at it. Okay, so now what I do is I kind of minimize them. and I look at them. But I'm going to be honest with you, what I like to do is this. Since this is a print and cut tutorial, I like to get the best out of, or the most out of, my print and cut. And you just see I'm just kind of like moving things around. So what I like to do is I go up here to shapes on the left. I click on shapes. And I want a square, right? But then I'm going to take that square and I'm going to change it. I'm going to come up here to our sizing. You see it up at the top? I'm going to click the unlock button. So I'm going to make this mat, this mat, the size of a print and cut, which is 6.75, and that's the width, and the height is 9.25. That's the biggest of our print and cut. So I'm going to just change the mat to orange. So this here, for me, would be a journaling card. So you see how it's coming in at 6 by 9? 3 by 5 would be fine for me. Right about there. That's an average size for it. So I'm going to click on that orange, and then I'm going to right click on it, and I want to send it back. So that's going to be the back. And now watch, see how I bring it in? So that's a print and cut. This here is a 3 by 3. So I wonder, like, do I need a 3 by 3? No, 2 by 2 for me. 2.5 would be a very nice size. So I come up to the top and I change that to a 2 by 5. Right, that's pretty cool. Then if I really wanted a long banner, I would come up here to rotate. See, rotate. I would change that to 90 degrees. Oh, let's change that to 90 degrees. And see how it turned it sideways? So that would make the biggest bang for my buck right there. Look at that. Now I would probably just change that. So now I know that I'm getting a decent print and cut out of this. Now all of these are 1.5. These are 1.5 long. I kind of like the size of that. That would be perfect in my book. So I'm just going to bring them all in, right? For right now, these would be the perfect size in this mini album that I'm making. Because since I have all this ephemera, I'm thinking I'm just going to put so many great images in this book. So this is 3. My pages are 6 by 6. I kind of just fly off the cuff. And I see what I can fit on all this on one page. That's a 2-inch bow by 1 inch. I think that's going to be a cute bow. So I'll come in here with Dream, and you see what I'm doing here? I'm getting the most out of my print and cut. See this? I'm filling up this orange spot for me. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that. So I clicked on just the orange. I come over here to the right, and I hit duplicate. And it gave me the same size. So then what I'm going to do is I want to send that to back. And anything that was behind it pops in. Now this camera is 3 by 2. I think that's a decent size. I kind of like the size of the mouse in me. Maybe make that a little smaller. The Admit 1. Now if I was being really, really particular, okay, see these? I'm going to show you what I want to do with these. All right, so let's take this to the next stage. See the mouse in me? That's all white on white. Let me duplicate this again just so I can do the visual. All right, I'm going to send that to back. This is going to come in. See, it's just too white for me. I like things sometimes with a border. So I'm going to click on just the image of mouse and me. I'm going to come up here to offset, right up here. And 25 is always too big for me. So I always change to 0. I kind of like 8 or 9. I'll go with 9 today. And then I hit apply. That didn't work. I hate when that happens, so I'm going to get rid of that. Let's try that again. Offset, because I forgot to put the 0 in. 0 makes a big difference, 0.9. I hit enter, and then you could see the cute little, I'm going to keep it square on this one, and I'm going to hit apply. Look at how cute that came out. So then what I do is I move this out of the way because I want to highlight this and come down here to the right corner and hit flatten. So I just made this one entire thing, and for me that has a little bit of an outline to it. And for me, I think the bow needs that too. So I'm going to do the same thing. Come up here, offset it, hit apply, move that out of the way, highlight it, and then flatten it again. See, I just love the way that looks. Same thing with the stars. See, the star, the heart, these all need some kind of, I'll make this larger so you can see it. See, that's just too plain for me. So I'd like to offset that. I'm going to hit apply because my 9 stayed there. But I want this one to be white. See how pretty that looks? And then I'm going to move that out of the way, highlight it, and hit flatten. Then I could come in and change it to the size that I want. So I do that for a little bit, not all of them. And then I adjust all these by what size I think I want them to be. And this here one, because I know I'm working with black paper, most of it, I want some of my outlines to be white. So all I have to do is come up here to the color chart and change it to white. Oh, I love that. Highlight it and flatten it so it stays together. See, I just love the way that the white looks. Same thing with this one. Look at this. Don't you think that needs a little bit of an outline? So let's offset that again. I'm going to hit apply. I kind of like the way that one looks with black. Or we could change it to a blue. Oh, that's pretty. But that doesn't match my blue. So you can actually come in here and change it. I could come in with a dark blue. Ooh, how pretty is that? Did you know that you can do this? Change it to whatever color you want. Ah, love that. Look at that. You can actually offset it a little. Oh, I think that's the way I'm going. Right? And then I will group that. And then what I want to do is I'm going to highlight it again. And I want to see what an offset looks like. That's pretty cool. See? Oh. Look at that. And then you can offset it you can move the backing and offset it the way you want it to look. And I kind of like that. That's like so dimensional. And then I'm going to flatten that. And I'm going to change it back to the color that I want, the size that I want it to be. And for me, I want to grab all this ephemera and see this has to be highlighted, offset. I need that to be white. Actually, blue would probably, oh, look at that. Loving it. So now, see what I do? I start to rearrange everything so that all my ephemera can be on 2 pages. I know this is kind of a long video, and I will answer any questions that you want. Any questions. See, I need this to fit in here. So you see how I just start rearranging things? It's almost like a puzzle to me. Yeah, I like it to be, and you just make sure that none of your lines touch so that they can cut. And look at that, I can see all that. I can change this back to a different size, big enough so that all my ephemera for this project just made it to 2 pages. So now I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need this one, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now what I do is I left click on my mouse and I highlight them all. Watch what happens when I highlight them. It shows you the sizes. So I'm in that 6.75 to that 925. You see that? I'm in that. So now I'm going to come down here, so that they're all highlighted. I'm going to hit on the right side the word attach. These are all attached and ready to cut. Now I'm going to grab this orange. I don't need this anymore, but I hide it. Like, see over here, I got the eyeball. I'm going to use these over and over again. And instead of wasting my time in coming in, grabbing a square, changing the sizing, it will always be here. I'm now going to highlight these again. I am going to then attach them. And we're still in the 925, 675. These are done. Now, I did all that work. I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to hit the word save. Because, again, like I said earlier, sometimes my electricity goes out and I don't want to lose everything that I've worked on. For me, this is actually so perfect, that I'm now going to come up here and hit make it. And you see this? On this, I've got 2 pages. 2 pages. That's it. I made it. Now I'm going to hit continue. It's now connecting to my maker. I am putting in my 80-pound white cardstock that I get it from Walmart usually. When I'm done printing, I'll show you what they look like. Now I'm going to hit send to printer. My print setup is there. It automatically knows what printer I am using. I am actually going to flip out my paper and then I'm going to hit print. Okay, I switched out my paper. I'm hitting print, and now it's going to go to my printer and print. Okay, that one printed, and now we'll do the next one. Okay, so here they are. They are printed out, and we're going to do this one first. I actually had a couple of things on my mat. So what I like to do is I scrape them off. Okay, I'm going to grab this, line it up on my mat, and then I give it a good burnish. If my mat's not sticky enough, what I do is I grab a piece of tape and I just secure it, just like that. And now we'll go to the machine. Alright, so here we are at the machine. Back at Cricut. So I loaded it into my machine. I'm ready. I hit medium cardstock because that's what I'm using. My pressure is always perfect for this. And now we are going to cut it. Okay, so here they are. I decided to use 2 different mats. And now, all I do, I bow my mat. Look at this. Imagination, the bow. Oh, look at how cute that one came out. Is that not adorable? And look at all this ephemera. So, for me, digital is the way to go because I can use these over and over again. I can print them as many times as I want. I do have hard copies of some of the magical papers, but then I say to myself, why? I can't bring myself to use them once and be done. And I use my paper to the max. Do you notice that? I try to get the most out of my printable cut area. And then I have all of this beautiful ephemera. They're all mine. And I can do with them what I want. I could add a bling to that. I can add a hole. I could put a ribbon on it. And I can make them over and over. And if I really wanted to, I could cut chipboard. Just send it through, cut chipboard, and I can make dimensional ephemera, just as if you wanted the chipboard effect. There are so many different ways to do this. So I hope that you enjoyed this very long tutorial. If you have any questions, let me know. But this is from beginning to end. When I download that file and I save it as a file on my computer, and then I take all the images, bring them in. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that I helped you out a little, that you are aware of everything. Let me know in the description box below, because I really enjoyed doing this for you. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I will see you all real soon. Bye.